Welcome to Previously On, a podcast series created to help you through some of the most complex yet brilliant television ever made. Game of Thrones, Season 1, Episode 1, Winter is Coming. We're in Westeros, a continent set to the west of the known world. Other continents exist and become relevant later on, although most of Game of Thrones is set here. First of all, we saw 3 Rangers of the Night's Watch. The Night's Watch is a military group that guard the Wall, which itself is a 300-mile-long structure that separates the wildings of the north from the rest of the continent. The Rangers come across some White Walkers. The White Walkers are humanoid ice creatures believed by most people in Westeros to be a myth, along with some Whites. Whites are zombies that the White Walkers have reanimated to form an army. That's one of their special skills. 2 of those Rangers got killed, but one managed to escape to bring news of the encounter to Lord Stark, Ward of the North, who doesn't believe his story and executes him. So, the Starks. These are a really important family to the story. Lord Eddard, or Ned, is in charge, along with his wife Catelyn and their 5 kids, Robb, Sansa, Arya, Bran and Rickon. They live, and Ned is lord of, Winterfell. Also there is Jon Snow, who's Ned's illegitimate son. All bastard children carry the surname Snow in Game of Thrones. And Theon Greyjoy, who is a willing hostage of Ned's after his family, the Greyjoys, lost a battle. Each of Ned's children, including Jon, are given a direwolf, which is just a massive wolf. Ned learns of the death of the King's Hand, who's the King's right-hand man, who's also his father-in-law, and is then visited by the King and his family. Important people alert. King Robert Baratheon, Queen Cersei, her brothers Jaime and Tyrion Lannister, and her son Joffrey all arrive at Winterfell. The King confides in Ned that he feels unsafe and asks Ned to become his new hand and offers to wed Joffrey to Sansa as a sweetener. That evening, while they celebrate, Catelyn Stark received a message from her sister, the Hand's widow, suggesting the Lannisters may have had something to do with the Hand's death and that the King is in danger. Jon Snow, angry at being excluded from the banquet because of his status, asks his uncle Benjen, who's a member of the Night's Watch, to take him back to the Wall with him. We then jumped over to a new land across the sea called Pentos, where Prince Viserys Targaryen, who wants to take King Robert's throne, has struck a deal with the fearsome Dothraki nomads and married his sister Daenerys to their warlord Khal Drogo in exchange for an army. As a wedding gift, she receives some books from Jorah Mormont, an exiled knight who now serves the Targaryens, along with some old dragon eggs, which have long since turned to stone. Back in Winterfell, the episode ended when little Bran Stark found Queen Cersei having sex with her twin brother Jaime. To stop this incestuous news getting out, Jaime pushed Bran out of the window. Thanks for listening. Hope it's been helpful. Listen, if you've enjoyed this, I would love it if you subscribed. We've got loads more shows where this came from, and we'd love you to join us for them. If you know someone who needs to get up to speed with Thrones, just send them our way. A 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts from would also be absolutely fantastic. If you've got any feedback, have I pronounced a name wrong? I hope I haven't. Or ideas for a show that we should be covering. We'll almost certainly be doing the big ones, but you never know. There may be others that we've missed. Let us know. I'd love to hear from you over on Twitter. You can find us at Previous Podcast, or just email us hello@previouslyon.co.uk. Previously On is presented by Jamie East and is a Daft Doris production.